Okay, let's talk for just a moment about ISTPs and our reputation for lack of commitment. And I think there's also a reputation for bailing, but I'm still thinking about that. We won't try to get into that so much. Um, yeah, when I read about this, and it's kind of connected to the being free thing and the SP thing, and we have a reputation for not committing. I started looking at myself, and I already knew I didn't like to plan things. I didn't like things on my calendar. But I learned to live with some of that. But the less, the better, and the more control I take over my own life, the less planning there is. Um, but commitment. Uh, I'm not afraid of commitment. Here's what I've been reflecting on, and what I've decided is the deal this past year. The, and this happened with a job I didn't even apply for. I passed up that I could have had. I feel I probably could have had the job, and to some degree, I probably could have named my price. I could have had a lot more vacation time, and I didn't do it. I didn't even apply for it. And the reason I didn't apply for it is because I was afraid I would get it. Now, why am I afraid I'll get a job that I can do and I might have good pay and good benefits? Because if for some reason, let's say I just didn't like my boss or my coworker, or any other reason, if I decided I wanted to leave that job, I wouldn't do it. That was the end reason I did not apply for that job, because I was afraid I would get it. I would feel like I was stupid for not taking it. I would take it. And even if I talked myself into leaving when the time was right, let's say 2 or 3 years down the road, it was just time to leave, it's just so hard. This is why I think, and I know this is why I don't like things on my calendar, because I don't like backing out. Once I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to be there, I'm going to kill myself if I have to follow through on that. And, it can be really unpleasant. And I've noticed, since I've been looking into this, SJs don't have any problem backing out. They'll write things in their calendar left and right, and they'll fill it up. And any little thing that comes up, they just reschedule, because they love scheduling anyway. That's the next best thing, is rescheduling. In fact, they might like that better. I don't know. And to me, that's kind of annoying, but I'm trying to learn to be a little bit more like that, and not freak out so much if I have to back out. But that is one of the major stressors. Once I commit to do something and it's on my calendar, let's say I make plans to do something with a group 2 weeks from now. Well, the next 2 weeks is just blown for me. I'm not really going to have any fun. I'm not going to enjoy my time off. I'm just going to be thinking I've got to get there on Wednesday at 4. I have to be ready, and I have to be there no matter what happens. If I get sick, if my grandma dies, unless my neck is broken and I'm in the hospital in traction, I've got to be there. And it could be just something little, So how does this work out with marriage? And because that's a big commitment, right? Well, I did that. I was 22 when I got married, and divorce was not an option in my mind then. I figured if my husband, for whatever reasons people do, sometimes people start out on a great path in life and then they turn to alcohol or drugs and end up beating their wife. I don't know. I just figured I'd move out and we would be separated, and maybe one day we could work it out and he would recover and we could. I didn't expect that to happen, but yeah, I thought about that. I would have thought about that with anybody as a possible, well, if I can't get divorced, if I can't back out of marriage as a vow and you can't, yeah. So I wasn't afraid to get married. And in my case, that might not have anything to do with personality. That may just be that I was raised in a home and where people were unhappily married, and that's just the way it was, and that was normal. Um, yeah, let me pause this. So yeah, that's the thing. It's being dependable. Maybe that's an FE thing, and my FE is in my fourth function down. And maybe I just don't want to let people down, and I wanna be there when I say I'm gonna be there, and so I try to avoid that, and it doesn't work out for most people, So yeah, sometimes I have to commit, but it really does ruin my whole week, if not more. I like to have nothing on my calendar. So I'm going to make another video about my new job and how it fits into my SP lifestyle.